Hi. If you're on, give me a hello down below. Ooh, look at me rhyming. Must be a Friday. I'm here today to bring you a beautiful tip for productivity and kind of for life, really. So I know a lot of us, how can I put this? We get distracted. We find it hard to be productive. And of course, then there's the old, I just don't feel motivated today. Well, we all know what motivation, right? It needs a constant reassurance that it's allowed to be there and constantly being invited in. But here's my tip for you today. And I think this is a good one because I think a lot of us do this or don't do this. So my tip is simple. Simple to say, not so simple to do, as usual, right? It is simply don't make the hard things harder. Make the hard things easier. What do I mean by that? Well, other than, paying someone else to do them, which is sometimes the best option, but that's a tip for another day. Making the hard things easier is also sometimes known as setting yourself up for success. And we are really good at doing this for our kids, for our spouses, for the people who work for us. We set them up for success to help them get along. And so what does that look like for ourselves? Well, for me, and quite a few people, we get distracted by the notifications, the ding, ding, dings on our phone, right? Give me a thumbs up if that's true for you too. It's all right. We're human. And a lot of us are like, well, I'll just turn it off. That is good. But we can do better. To make the hard thing easier, the hard thing in this case is ignoring our phone. Don't just turn it off or turn it over. Literally remove it. Remove it from the room. Take it and put it in the bedroom, plug it in there, let it have some nap time, some rejuicing time, while you pretend it doesn't exist. I don't know if you're aware of this, but gosh, less than 20 years ago, we didn't have phones on ourselves all of the time. Every moment of every day. We were not accessible to everyone every moment of every day, and we survived just fine. In fact, I think in some ways it was easier. So make the hard thing easier. Make it as easy as possible on yourself. Set yourself up for success. How else does that fall into line? Well, you've heard it said, don't go to the grocery store hungry. You know this is true. So don't go to the grocery store hungry. Plan to eat before you go. None of this, I'll get a burger on the way home, because what it ends up being, right? It ends up being 3 different kinds of snack food, 3 different kinds of chips, ice cream, and then you also get the burger, the onion rings, and maybe an apple pie on the way home. Right? Self-defeating. So make the hard thing easier. And sometimes it is hard to eat healthy and well because, snacky snacks are delicious. So make it easier. Have a list. Know what you want to do. Know what you want to get. And don't go hungry. Set yourself up to succeed. You need to go to the gym, but you really don't want to after work. I get it. 100%. I get it. So what would make it easier? Have your workout gear with you and have a plan to change. Set a timer on your phone or an alarm so you know when you need to change. So this isn't a guessing game. This isn't, I think I'll get to it. You actually have that plan in place. Another way to make it easier? Accountability buddy. And for me, I don't even need a full-on buddy. I just need to pay for a class. Because let me tell you, if I've put my hard-earned cash down, I'm going to that class, right? It's not so much for me if I'm like, maybe I'll go for a run after work. I'm not an evening exerciser. I don't love it. So it's a little harder for me, right? Midday, I'm all over it. You can barely keep me at home. But after work, after, like in the evenings, that's hard for me. So I need to make the hard thing easier. Friends, always make the hard things easier. Having a plan so I don't have to use any of my decision making, juice to use. I don't use any of that up because we only have so much energy for decision making in a day, and I don't want to have to use it. And honestly, if I've already depleted that, at the end of the day, my only decision is to sit my ass on the couch, probably with some of those lovely snacky snacks. So I make it easy for myself. No decisions, no thinking. I just have it in place and ready to go. So make those hard things easier on yourself. That's it. That's my tip. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you have to figure out what you want to do, right? Like go to the gym, eat healthier, be productive for an hour every morning, whatever it is, and figure out what gets in the way. What makes it hard? And make that hard thing easier. You are not being lame. You are not giving in. You are not bribing yourself, although it might feel that way. What you're doing is you're making it easier for yourself to be successful. What's the problem? What is the problem with that? We do this all the time. We go to the dentist to get our teeth cleaned so we have nice teeth. Do we consider ourselves lame for getting our teeth cleaned? Of course not. It's just something that we need to do to be healthy. Well, guess what? It's the same thing. And if it means for you to make a healthy meal, you buy already pre-chopped frozen vegetables, buy them. Do it. Don't let these, it must be fresh and just recently dug out of the ground to be perfect. Yeah, screw that. What's the goal? What is the goal, and what is going to make it easier, that hard thing easier, so you'll actually do it? Right? If you want to eat more greens and that means buying pre-chopped, pre-washed salad greens, slap those babies in the cart. Do it. If it makes it easier and you actually do the things and you become successful, do it. Don't worry about what anyone else is saying, that you should chop and blah, blah, blah. No, you shouldn't, because you won't. So, my friends, that's my tip for you today. Let me know down below what hard thing you can make easier for yourself and how, because I think the more we discuss these things, the more we realize it's normal and healthy and useful to make the hard things easier. All right, so I will talk to you really soon. For those of you in Canada who are having a long weekend, have a fabulous one. And I will talk to you all again real soon. Mwah. Bye for now.